All right, well, we just saw Sex Tape, and the way this show works is I take some friends to go see a movie, we watch it, we review it in the car afterwards. We do that in two parts. The first part is spoiler-free. We talk about whether we liked it or not, whether we would recommend it or not. And then after that, there's a cutoff for people that want to go see the movie, and we will talk about anything else that we thought about the movie, potentially going into spoilers and that stuff. So, the first time I saw anything for this movie was there was a trailer for it in front of The Other Woman, and the trailer for this got more laughs than all of The Other Woman got. It seemed like that trailer was funnier than all of The Other Woman. Unfortunately, that's kind of all this movie really has to offer. If the trailer is funny, you'll get a lot of that same kind of stuff in the movie. I had seen there was a Red Band trailer for this that had, they do a lot to hide the, F-bombs and stuff in the regular trailer, but there's a Red Band trailer where they don't, and that's really all that shakes loose in this. The movie has very few, really, imaginative jokes. It doesn't go to a level further than what the premise is. It doesn't get any more heightened than we have to go rescue the sex tape, and that's really all it's got going for it. So the premise gets pretty played out pretty quick. I found it a little bit boring on that side. It was funny enough. I don't think it's one that's it's going to really annoy or offend a lot of people, but it's just not a whole lot deeper than what its premise has to offer. What do you guys think?
It was okay. It was actually, I maybe had set my expectations really, really low, because it was better than I thought it would be. It was, and perhaps I've had my expectations set low this week, but it wasn't a complete waste of my time, I guess.
I hadn't even heard of it. I didn't even realize we were going to go see it. I thought we were only going to see the movie we're about to watch. And I had never heard of the movie before whatsoever. I didn't know that Cameron Diaz was in it. I didn't know Jason Segel was in it, but it was just kind of okay, let's go with it. And just kind of seeing it fresh like that, it's a comedy movie that I didn't laugh at.
Exactly.
That's something that's kind of hard to ignore. It's I can watch it and say, this is supposed to be a comedy movie. I get it. These are intended as jokes, but I didn't laugh once.
Yeah.
And it's not it's terribly written or anything like that. There's scenarios that are really impossible and characters that I can't really relate to and jokes that I'm not laughing at. But at the same time, it's not horrible. It's not I'm going to... I wasn't please end movie.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm okay with seeing it played out and all of that kind of thing, but it just didn't really it didn't get any, legitimate laughs from me.
Yeah. So that's the quick version. If it sounds like something that you want to go see, don't let us spoil anything for you. There's not much to spoil. Really, the trailer's done enough of that already, but in John's case, he hadn't seen the trailer, so I don't know how much that really gives away or how much it really takes away from it. Getting into more detail and talking about it a little bit more, it's hard to defend a comedy that doesn't make you laugh. It's hard to defend a comedy that doesn't have at least a sequence or two that are memorable that you want to go out and tell people you've got to go see this.
I think my favorite sequence was Jack Black giving them marriage advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was probably and that still wasn't that great.
And that was, that was the climax of this movie.
Yeah, that was.
That really was.
Yeah.
And it's just Jack Black existing is funny.
Right.
It's the funniest thing in this movie.
Yeah.
It's Jack Black is on the camera. That's the funniest thing that's happened in the whole movie.
Yeah, to me it felt like a Funny or Die sketch, or a series of Funny or Die sketches that were kind of all about the same thing. And I talked about this when I saw The Other Woman. And the reason I keep bringing that up is because Cameron Diaz is in that as well. but it's her and Leslie Mann, and to a lesser extent, like a couple of other people are in that. But they're kind of the two main leads, and in that movie, Leslie Mann is like the goofy, silly one of the like comic team, and Cameron Diaz is more the straight, but sexy and occasionally funny one as well. And in this, Cameron Diaz's character had two speeds: freaking out and just totally fine. And there was nothing in between. And so, you know, at least for myself, because I knew what the premise of the movie was, it was like, until they get to the point where the tape is out, I'm like just kind of counting time.
Yeah.
And then once the tape is out, it's like, okay, she's just going to keep freaking out for the rest of this movie.
Right. And the whole plan to get them back was like sort of, it required you to suspend disbelief.
Yeah, it was completely prepreposterous.
Yeah,
like what I was saying. Like there wasn't anything, like Dale was saying. Like there was no like clever humor. Like there were a lot of opportunities where they could have taken this exact same premise and storyline and created really funny tension. You know, you've got Rob Corddry is really funny in a lot of other stuff that I've seen him in. Cameron Diaz is usually, you know, she can be really funny. Jason Segel, like, and Jack Black. There's all of these people that you've seen be funny in movies before, and it just, they didn't have much to work with here, it seemed like.
Yeah, and Rob Lowe's another one.
Rob Lowe, yeah.
They totally wasted the opportunity with him, where they just make him this, you know, they basically make him his character from Parks and Recreation, except that he has this, like, insane side, this, like, crazy party side.
Yeah.
Which, again, was unfortunately in the trailers, and so you know that's all coming.
Yeah.
And literally the last, like, action thing that happens in the movie is him jumping off the balcony, and that's in the trailer. So it's really just a waste. I think there are probably plenty of people who will like this movie. I think it'll do gangbusters on home video. I think there'll be people that will be like too shy to see it in the theater.
Yeah.
Like people older than us, or people like more prudish about.
Yeah.
And they'll definitely
That
have
kind of
like
stuff.
the unrated DVD and Blu-ray version too, the Too Hot for Theaters edition.
And you do get to see quite a bit of Cameron Diaz, and you do get to see quite a bit of Jason Segel, but it's not. It doesn't live up to what it doesn't live up to what it should be, and it's always presented as embarrassing. Like the scene of her like in the roller skates at the beginning is like the only like she's
Which
being
I think,
sexy thing.
Like, I don't think they even really did that very well. Like, even if it's not going to be a comedy, I thought maybe it would have a little bit more to say about like marriage and relationships, and I don't think they really did.
This is what I was saying about the characters not being really believable or relatable. You know, where it's like another thing that they really could have done to create tension and drama and comedy. You know.
Yeah, and 2014 has become the year of. Our female leads are housewives, but they have a blog, so that justifies them existing. And that's
I need
really
a blog.
That's really old. You have a job.
Oh right. Oh right. Okay.
Anyway. So that's Sex Tape. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please if you like the way that we do these, like us, subscribe to us. Check out all the written and video reviews at dalemaxfield.com, and thanks for watching.